Do you think as these sports get more insane that there is that learning curve where some people kind of have to get hurt? I mean, just in the recent Winter X Games with Kayla Moore on his snowmobile, I mean, do you look at that and go, that's a different thing, maybe that should be looked at? Is there some limits that should be put on that, or do you feel like that's just all part of it?
I don't think, like, in terms of, I don't really know those guys or anything, but in terms of their attitude and their motivation, I don't think that anything would have stopped that. I mean, these guys doing backflips on snowmobiles, it wasn't ESPN that made them do that.
Right.
It wasn't an event that motivated them to make it happen. They just wanted to see if that was possible. And it's very likely that they would have done it without any TV fanfare.
Right.
So it's really hard when you put those sort of, not the blame, but the onus on a network or on the event, where I really believe that those guys love what they do and they would keep doing it. And to put restrictions on that is tricky. I don't really know. I don't know the answer, to be honest. I know in terms of my own sport, these guys are trying to. They want to push the limits of what is humanly possible, and they love doing it. They love it. And if they get hurt along the way, they know the risks. They really do.
Right.
In the case of, back to skateboarding, in the case of Jake Brown, he knew that risk for sure, and he came back to it. That's how much he loves it. He took a horrific slam like that where people really thought he was dead. Like that, they thought that was the first fatality at the X Games. He's on the ground.
Right.
Lying there lifeless, and everyone's like, that's it, it's over. And he survived it, and he loves it so much, he's back on it. I think the microscope is very much focused on our sports, action sports, extreme sports, or whatever, because people think that there's a careless attitude towards it. And I don't believe that at all. I mean, I know that these guys, they train for this stuff. Every risk is calculated. They work as hard as any athlete to do this kind of stuff. It's not like we're just trying something and hoping for the best.